if you are not on the table in the discussion, you possibly could be in the menu. So I think we've been in the menu for far too long.
You're setting the table.
It's time.
Hello and welcome to the Africa News Network.
You know, Africa, because of our background, was fragmented by colonialism and subdivided into pieces. What we've been doing as leaders in this continent is to consolidate the African market into one single market. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area, an instrument that has been signed in by 47 out of 55 countries in this continent. I think the fastest instrument to be signed ever in our continent is because of the realization that this continent would do better acting together, acting in concert, rather than acting separately. That is why we are focused on the reform of the AU to make it a fit-for-purpose organization to harness the potential of this continent, whether it is the human potential of about 1.5 billion people, by 2050, 2.5 billion people. Actually, a quarter of the world will be living here in this continent by 2050. How do we harness the mineral resources we have that are there in abundance? How do we harness the opportunity for smart agriculture? We have 2/3 of the world's uncultivated arable land. We can double, if not triple, grain production. How do we harness this potential? And that is why we are focused on the Africa Union as an institution. We are focused on its reform. And our participation, of course, in the G20 will give us the platform for us to position ourselves in terms of being a market, to position ourselves in terms of ensuring that we can bring our perspectives, our ideas onto the global space so that we can influence global policy and trends to make sure that they are sensitive to where we come from as a continent and as a people. I keep using this phrase that it is said that if you are not on the table in the discussion, you possibly could be in the menu. So I think we've been in the menu for far too long.
You're setting the table.
It's time.
Your Excellency, you are an entrepreneur and you're passionate about technology and entrepreneurship, especially as it impacts the rising generation in Kenya and in Africa. We have a room full of global investors. What would you want them to know about the Kenyan ecosystem that shows them? We've heard a lot about Kenya's open for business, Nairobi's open for business. What would you want them to know about their investments and the potential for investments here in great entrepreneurs in Kenya?
A couple of things. We are leading the way as government of Kenya in leveraging on technology, using technology to deliver government services, as I have said. Government services, we've just distributed fertilizer for the first time in Kenya using technology. We are reaching out on our services to vulnerable communities, about 1.5 million of them, using technology. This morning, and I apologize, I think there was a conflict in my diary. This morning...
We were just getting ready for you, it's okay.
This morning, I was presiding over our Central Bank of Kenya's CSD platform where it will now be possible to buy government securities on a digital platform by Kenyans or investors from anywhere in the world without having to bother to go and open an account in central bank. You can open an account on your phone. That is the level of use of technology to run the affairs of Kenya.